like, so Jesus and I, we were instantly on a sidewalk in New York. Now, like I said, I just got back from New York, so there's a lot of people in New York. So I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
excited about, I wasn't too excited about this, but, but Jesus and I, we're on the sidewalk of New York, and Jesus is skateboarding. He has a skateboard, and he is skateboarding in between the people in New York, going down this sidewalk, and I felt kind of like a salmon going upstream because all these people were coming at me. And Jesus is skateboarding in between the people, going between them. And I'm watching the people, and I'm like, they are so focused. You know, these
Mm-hmm.
that he showed me, they are so focused to get to the next level, to go up the corporate ladder. You know, they were just determined, and they didn't
Mm-hmm.
even know that Jesus was skateboarding by them. They didn't even see him. They
Mm.
just kept on going. And then instantly we were in California, and we were on another
Mm.
sidewalk, and Jesus is skateboarding on the sidewalk of California. Now, the people in California, they weren't quite as, it wasn't quite as many, you know, and they were a little bit
Mm-hmm.
more relaxed, but they were still, they didn't see Jesus as he was skateboarding in between them. And I'm like, you know, which really made no sense. And I'm like, Jesus, why are you skateboarding? And he laughed and he said, I like to skateboard. I'm like, oh, well, that's different. I didn't know that. I didn't know you liked to skateboard. And he said skateboarding and surfing, or even going to the park and swinging. He said it
Mm-hmm.
is so freeing because you just
Mm.
let the worries go, you know. And
Mm.
he said it was so good, you know. And then he gave me John 10. He said, I am the gateway or the door. To enter through me, you can experience life and freedom and satisfaction, you know. And he was saying, you know, like the people, they're, you know, you're determined to do life, but
Yep.
as you're doing life, go into him, step
Yeah.
over into his presence, and receive the satisfaction, receive the freedom, receive life, receive the
Yeah.
joy, go in the gate, and then, you know, get fixed,
Yeah.
get healed up, get the stuff, you know, burned off, get full of life, and then come out and do the pasture. Go out into the pasture and do life. Do what he's called you to do. You know,
Yeah.
and that's kind of what he was showing me. Is like, you know, he wasn't saying don't do what he's called you to do. Don't do what you're supposed to do. But while you're
Mm-hmm.
doing it, stop and step into him and experience life, experience this, and then go back out into the pasture. You know, and
Yeah.
it's, I thought that is really good. That's
That's so good. And I think too, even all the people that are so motivated with worldly things and the gospel just, they hear it, but it passes right by them. They don't receive it. They won't receive him. And it's just boom, right by you. And you just continue on living the
right.
life, continue living in sin. And it's just, I mean, it's such a evangelistic picture too of like, the Lord passes by and you have to stop, you have to accept him. You can't just let him pass by. I think with the boat, the disciples were rowing and the waters were
Mm,
troubled, and here it's 4 a.m. Here comes Jesus walking on the water, and the scriptures say he was going to pass by them,
hmm.
and they were scared because he looked like a ghost, but the scripture emphasized he was going to pass by them. And it was like,
Right.
that is so our life. If we don't reach out and call for him, he'll pass right by. And
We'll go right
so,
on
anyways, I was
by.
just kept thinking about that when you were sharing that vision that you had.
Yeah.